There's a word in the Quran in Arabic called makara, which talks about turning people skillfully in a way that they don't even know they're being turned. Satan uses culture to turn whole populations. That's why if you want to be a great nation, you got to close the borders to keep the enemy out until you have strengthened yourself so firmly in your culture that when he comes, you begin to have an effect on him. You may not have heard what I just said. But you know what? China is a great nation today because God came in the person of Mao Zedong. The Spirit of God intervened in the Chinese people's affairs and raised up a man who would take the Chinese people, close the borders, and establish a cultural revolution. Kick the white man out of China. Wouldn't let him in China. So that by the time President Nixon came to China in the early 70s, China was a nuclear superpower that the white man had to deal with on equal footing because he had a cultural revolution, closed off his borders, told the dope fiends, told the hustlers, you got a few months to clean it up. If you don't clean it up after a few months, you die. Oh, that's rough stuff, man. What? You got to be willing to have that kind of spirit if you're going to build a nation. Now, if you're just talking frat, sorority, block club, big difference. But China's a superpower because they cut off the world and looked within and established themselves as a nation. And now they're a superpower. Now you can say, come in. Welcome. Let's do business. But you can't do business unequally. You got to recognize. And whether you know it or not, China is becoming the superpower economically. But it started with a man who was committed to the idea